It's about a shooting overnight near North St. Mary Street coming up in a few minutes.
Plus, a baby girl found safe after the car she was in was stolen. The new details we're learning this morning, that's still ahead.
And taking a look outside, it looks a little foggy and it feels like 42 degrees exactly, 6 o'clock this morning. Good morning, I'm Jonathan Cotto. Good morning, San Antonio, and good morning, Sarah.
So good to have you on the desk.
I am so happy to be here. Always a good time being with the Sarahs, being inside.
Yeah, because I feel for you, Jonathan, even though you have the most impeccable fashion taste.
Oh, thank you.
So I love all the looks that you bring during the winter and the fall.
I try, but I mostly keep
scarves and
warm.
your layers.
Yes.
And so you don't have to really layer in studio this morning, but for those outside, Sarah.
Yeah, it is cold out there this morning, but it's actually quite a bit warmer than how we started off the day yesterday. And what you were seeing as fog out there, Jonathan, is actually clouds increasing. So clouds are increasing around San Antonio right now. Take a look outside. Just above freezing up in the hill country where it's in the low 30s, but around San Antonio we're sitting close to 40 degrees. 42 at the airport, 40 at Port SA, 40 in New Braunfels, 37 in Lotus, and 37 in Rio Medina. Taking a look at the day today, it is going to be a nice and comfortable day. It will be mostly cloudy. You'll notice more clouds out there than what we saw yesterday, and it will be a bit breezy with winds from the south at 10 to 15, gusting up to 20. Expect a high temperature near 70 degrees. But over the next couple of days, temperatures are going to be even warmer. We'll be looking at highs in the 80s on Monday and Tuesday, and then a potent cold front is going to move through, dropping our highs into the 40s and 50s for the remainder of the week. So we've got a lot to talk about in the forecast, including whether or not that front will bring any rain. I'll have those details in a few minutes. Jonathan, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. New this morning, two men jump in to help a woman being harassed by another man, and they end up shot. Police say just after 2 o'clock this morning, the woman was leaving a bar near North St. Mary Street when she was approached by a man making advances towards her. When she refused, the man got upset and pulled out a gun. Two other men jumped in to help her, and during the struggle, got shot. One man, taken to BAMC, is expected to be okay. The second man died on the way to the hospital. Officers were able to arrest the suspect.
A baby taken during a vehicle theft has been found safe. Last night, San Antonio police issued an Amber Alert for 7-month-old Kaybella Robinson after the car she was in was stolen on the south side around 8 p.m. Overnight, police reported that baby girl was found and safe. We've also learned more details about this case. San Antonio police say the mother had left her baby asleep in the backseat while she went into a convenience store, and the suspects got into the car and drove off. Around 1 a.m., officers found the car with the baby still asleep in the back. Police have 2 people detained and being questioned, but so far no charges have been filed.
Other top stories, a young girl and her family say they owe her life to their neighbor. The 11-year-old was accidentally shot at an apartment complex last month. Jampal Barajas tells us how a woman jumped into action before first responders were even called.
Cries for help and panic echoed through the Canlan West apartment complex on what started as a quiet Sunday morning back on January 30th. An 11-year-old girl and an 8-year-old boy found a stashed gun while playing. The 11-year-old was accidentally shot in the shoulder.
I ran down the steps, came right. I said, I'm a registered nurse, I'm certified, I can help you.
A neighbor, Tiffany Moore, tells us a flip switched in her head. She went from relaxing at home to life-saving mode.
I took his shirt off. I took my shirt off to stop the bleeding. And it was a through-and-through shot, which is gracefully God, was protecting her.
The bullet had made a clean entry and exit, making the life-saving measures slightly easier. But the race was still on. As Moore applied pressure to the wound, the girl's mother called 911, and they took over from there. Now, 3 weeks later,
she's fully recovered.
Fully recovered?
Yep. No stitches, no wound packages, nothing. Everything was okay. The bleeding stopped before they even got to the hospital.
Prior to the shooting, Moore and the other family never spoke, and they just live a few doors down. Now they have a bond that can't be broken, and the amount of thanks can't be put into words. But the family still attempts.
Thank you for helping us. You helped save my daughter's life. We won't ever forget that, what you did. Thanking God for you. I said, are you happy now? She said, I'm blessed. And that's all that mourns my heart.
And that was Jampal Barajas reporting. As for the gun that was stashed in the complex, police say they are still looking into that, but have not connected it to anyone or any other crimes.
In your morning headlines, President Joe Biden will meet with the National Security Council today to discuss the increasing tensions in Ukraine, which is surrounded by Russian military.
President Biden says the threat of invasion is very high and can happen at any time now.
As ABC's Karina Mitchell reports, Russia has denied any plans to invade and reiterated its demands that the U.S. and NATO bar Ukraine from joining the military alliance.
As the situation over Ukraine continues to grow more tense, President Joe Biden is convening a meeting of the National Security Council today. During her trip to Germany, Vice President Harris met with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky, the U.S. National Security Team, and NATO allies to discuss a diplomatic solution. There, she issued this warning.
We are prepared to move forward with consequences. We have prepared together economic measures that will be swift, severe, and united. We will impose far-reaching financial sanctions and export controls.
Ukrainian President Zelensky calling for sanctions before an invasion and asking for a direct meeting with Putin. According to U.S. officials, more than 150,000 Russian troops are estimated to be near Ukraine's borders. Satellite images show Russian military activity building up in Belarus, Crimea, and western Russia. ABC's James Longman on the ground in Belarus.
This is the massive display of military might that Moscow is keen for the world to see. All this is happening very close to Ukraine.
The Kremlin's troops were expected to head home after the military exercises, but a Belarus defense official tells ABC News they might not, worsening fears they could be used to invade Ukraine. Ukraine's military is also blaming Russian-backed separatists for an artillery attack that killed 2 soldiers. But despite it all, Defense Secretary Austin says there can still be a diplomatic resolution to the crisis if Putin so chooses. Karina Mitchell, ABC News, New York.
And we do have some late-breaking news that we just received. Britain's Queen Elizabeth has tested positive for COVID-19. She is fully vaccinated and experiencing mild symptoms at this time. And the 95-year-old monarch continues to do light duties at Windsor over the next coming week.
6:07, 43 degrees right now.
Go Spurs, go. DeJounte Murray is getting ready for tonight's NBA All-Star Game. Still ahead on GMSA, how he's feeling about first All-Star selection and everything that comes along with that.
Plus, we're talking about this week's new episode of KSAT Explains. And here's a hint about what the team is covering. It has to do with monkeys right here in San Antonio.
Very cool. All right, 43 degrees at 6:08 this morning. Yesterday turned out to be a beautiful day.
Gorgeous.
Will it be the same? And Sarah Spivey says we have a cold front coming in this week. She'll explain when we come back.
A new episode of KSAT Explains comes out this week.
And this week, the team is diving deeper into animal research going on at the Texas Biomed campus. So there are nearly 1,000 baboons living on the city's west side, and that's just one of the animals involved in the research.
Coming up at 8 a.m., we'll give you a sneak peek of this week's new episode, and you can watch the full episode Tuesday night at 7 p.m. You can check it out on KSAT.com or the KSAT Facebook page.
Then after the full episode will be available to stream on demand at ksat.com/explains. All right, Sarah, 43 degrees at 6:11. Is it going to be another beautiful
Fingers
Sunday?
crossed.
It will be, guys. There will be some more clouds, though, out there this afternoon. And in fact, even right now, there are a few clouds out there. That's why we're a bit warmer than we were yesterday morning, but it's still chilly. You need the jacket. It's 42 at the airport, 40 in New Braunfels, 40 in Hondo, just above freezing up in Kerrville and in Fredericksburg this morning. But it's 52 degrees in Laredo, 50 in Del Rio. So as I just mentioned, temperatures are warmer than how we started off the day yesterday. Yesterday, we were awfully close to freezing in San Antonio, and we were in the 20s in the hill country. So temperatures are some 5 to 10 degrees warmer than how we started off the day. The reason? A blanket of clouds overhead. Here's a look at water vapor imagery, and you can see the clouds pushing in from the south and from the west. This is actually from some Pacific moisture that's coming off of the Pacific Ocean itself. And so that's why overhead we're going to see a few more clouds today than we did yesterday, mostly cloudy skies in store for us. And all in all, though, it should be a fairly nice day as temperatures are still going to rebound nicely under those mostly cloudy skies. We'll be looking at a high near 70 in San Antonio, the mid-70s the further southwest you go toward Carrizo Springs and toward Del Rio. And even in Laredo, it'll be close to 80 degrees this afternoon. Meanwhile, up in the hill country, expect a high temperature in the upper 60s, but generally 70 degrees. Good bet around San Antonio. At 10, we'll be at 56. Again, it's going to be a bit breezy today. Winds from the south at 10 to 15, gusting up to 20 miles per hour. Around noon, 63. So if you have Sunday brunch plans, maybe you want to eat outdoors, it's going to be nice outside today. 70 for the high. And once the sun sets at 6:27, it's not going to get all that cold after the sun sets. In fact, by 10, we'll still be in the 60s, and it's going to be fairly mild. Now, let's talk for a second about those winds from the south at 10 to 15, gusting up to 20. They're going to be bringing in some Gulf of Mexico moisture today. So although it should be comfortable during the day with dew points in the 40s and 50s, by tomorrow morning, my Monday morning, dew points are going to be muggy, near 60 degrees. And in fact, not only will you feel the mugginess, you'll see it in the form of some drizzle and fog. So if you have early morning plans tomorrow, maybe a morning commute, just know it's going to be a bit gray and potentially even a bit damp in some spots. Then by Monday afternoon, we'll be seeing temperatures climb back into the 80s, the warmest we've been in a while here in San Antonio. And by Tuesday, 85 for the high. But that warm weather is not going to last all that long because a fairly potent front is going to move through on Wednesday morning. And for the latter half of the week, that's going to knock our highs down into the 40s and to near 50 degrees. In fact, the second part of the week is going to be fairly gray with only a small chance for some rain, some light showers. You can see rain chances are really not all that impressive, but they do hang around. And it's going to be kind of that nuisance-y rain that really is unimportant and doesn't produce the drought-busting rainfall we need. Because look at that, as far as rainfall potential goes, less than 1/10 of an inch is likely. Again, just kind of a gray second half of the forecast, chilly weather, sweater weather. We'll continue to keep you updated in regards to rain chances, precipitation type, all of that stuff. But just know that it's going to be the tale of two seasons in the week ahead, feeling like spring and feeling like winter. Jonathan, Sarah.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Well, right now it's 43 degrees, 6:15.
All right, let's take a look at these lotto numbers. Pick 3, 8, 6, 7, Fireball 5, Daily 4, 8, 8, 6, 9, Fireball 7.
Texas 5, 3, 13, 22, 32, and 33. Texas Lotto, we have 8, 14, 18, 19, 41, and 44.
Powerball 3, 10, 15, 33, 42, Powerball 11, Power Play 2.
NBA All-Star Weekend in Cleveland, Ohio is in full swing, and Spurs point guard DeJounte Murray is right there in the middle of it, soaking up his first All-Star selection. Yesterday morning, the NBA All-Stars held practice, which is more of a glorified walkthrough aimed to please the fans. Murray is on Team Durant and is doing a great job representing the Spurs, and he absolutely loves All-Star Weekend.
Well, as a player, this is my first day, so I'm enjoying it right now. But just as a fan, just watching it every day. Every year it comes on, and just watching everything from the rising stars to the skills to the contest, 3-point shootout, all the way to the game. I've never missed it in the last, 15 years. Just being a fan of basketball and a fan of the great players that our league has, and favorite players and all them type of things. So, for as a fan, I've been enjoying it for a long time. I'll continue to enjoy it, but as a player, it's unbelievable. It's surreal. And, I'm thankful and grateful, and I'm just here to have fun.
Now in his sixth season, DeJounte is having a breakout campaign, averaging career highs in points, assists, and rebounds per game. He was asked how Coach Pop broke the good news to him.
Coach Pop called me. We had like a 2-hour practice. Went home, and I was chilling with my daughter and the family and stuff. And Coach Pop called me and was talking about practice for a minute, and then he just said, you're going to Cleveland for the All-Star game. And I just broke down, enjoyed the moment with my family. Everybody was crying, tears of joy. like I said, man, it's a blessing. I'm thankful and grateful.
Team LeBron will take on Team Durant tonight at 7 p.m. at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse in Cleveland. The Spurs off for a few days because of All-Star Weekend. They aren't back in action until Friday when they take on the Wizards.
Go Spurs go, and you can count on all this covering by the sports guys. This game coverage tonight on Instant Replay. Make sure to tune in at 11 p.m. That's right after the Night Beat.
It's 6:21, 43 degrees.
All right, coming up after the break, how these robot dogs can help Border Patrol agents along the U.S.-Mexico border.
The Department of Homeland Security is testing new technology to patrol the border.
Homeland Security says these devices that look like robot dogs could become Border Patrol officers' new best friends. They're able to climb over rough terrain, capture evidence in remote desert areas, and relay real-time data back to headquarters.
Customs and Border Patrol officials hope to use them as a force multiplier, but there's no timetable for deploying them just yet.
Oh, look like little buggies.
Yeah, they do, like on Mars.
Yes.
They deploy to Mars.
Yes.
Well, nice to see that technology here on Earth.
Right.
6:25, 43 degrees.
All right, still ahead on GMSA, the Winter Olympics is wrapping up today. We'll have the latest news, medal count coming up in the next half hour.
Plus, San Antonio police are looking for a robbery suspect that could be connected to two different incidents. Details when we come back. Good morning, San Antonio. It's 6:30 on Sunday, February 20th. So glad to be in studio with the Sarahs. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's nice to have you, Jonathan. Nice to actually have you in studio and get a chit chat with you and getting to know you a little better. I know you're always out in the field.
All over the place.
I know. But the weather yesterday was beautiful. What did you end up doing
I
yesterday
ended up
afternoon?
going out to some outdoor patios with my brand new 10-week-old puppy. So just trying to go
What's
to
your
pet
puppy's
friendly.
name?
His name is River, and he's an Aussie Doodle, and he's just a joy to have around.
Aussie Doodle.
Beautiful
River.
thing.
Very, very cute.
Yeah.
Sarah, it's going to be another outdoor patio kind of day.
Absolutely. There will be a few more clouds out there, though, today. You will notice that, and you'll notice a bit of a breeze from the south. But all in all, I'm calling today's weather a crowd pleaser because it's going to be hard to be mad at what the weather's given us this afternoon. Right now, though, it is chilly. So let's take a look at those temperatures. 40 degrees in New Braunfels, 42 at the airport, 45 in Pleasanton, 40 in Hondo, 41 in Uvalde. It is close to freezing up in Kerrville. It's 34 degrees, 33 in Fredericksburg. But hey, these temperatures quite a bit warmer than how we started off the day yesterday. Yesterday, we were looking at widespread light freeze in the area, but today we are some 5 to 10 degrees warmer this morning. And in spite of the fact that we are going to be mostly cloudy throughout the day, we're still going to warm up really nicely too. By noon, we'll be in the low 60s, and in the afternoon, 70 for the high. We will see some more clouds this evening and even a chance for drizzle as early as midnight. The reason for that, we're seeing winds from the south today at 10 to 15, gusting up to 20. That's going to be pushing in some Gulf moisture, which again will give us a chance for drizzle after midnight tonight and some fog as well. So what's up with the weather? What do you need to know? That quick warm up today is going to be very pleasant. Fog and drizzle by Monday morning. So your Monday morning commute will be damp and even a bit damp in spots. So just keep that in mind. Big temperature swings though this week. So we're talking going from the 80s to going in the 40s and even in the 30s for some mornings. So it is going to be a tale of two seasons in the week ahead, spring and winter. I'll have those details, including whether or not we'll see any rain chances in a few minutes. Jonathan.
Thank you, Sarah. Well, new this morning, a house fire south of downtown seems to have started after a mattress caught on fire. Firefighters got the call just before 11 last night and responded to a home on Regent in a neighborhood between South Flores and Provence. They were able to get the fire out quickly, and the homeowner and his two dogs got out safely as well. The bedroom where the fire started was heavily damaged.
San Antonio police are searching for the man who robbed a quick stop last night on the city's west side. They say around 11 p.m. a man dressed in all black with a face covering went into the store and held the clerk at gunpoint. This was the corner of North Hamilton and West Poplar Street. The clerk gave him the cash, and the man took off. Police are also investigating another robbery that happened earlier on Fredericksburg Road. where the description of the suspect was similar to this one.
Top stories we're following this morning. Bexar County deputies able to arrest the man who they say started a large grass fire on the south side of the county that burned 30 acres. 37-year-old Michael Oyevides is facing 2 arson charges. The first started on Thursday on Sea Spray, not far from Highway 281. People in the area had to evacuate their homes. Deputies say 2 homes and an RV were also damaged. However, no injuries were reported and people were able to return home later that evening. And this is the final week of early voting. You have until Friday to cast your vote ahead of the March primary election. Right now on KSAT.com, you can find a list of polling locations, including a look at which are the busier ones or which ones are busier than others. We also have a look at the ballots so you can see them ahead of time. And there are many other resources available to you on our website. Just click on the Vote 2022 section under the News tab. Early voting ends Friday and Election Day is March 1st.
In your morning headlines, the president of Ukraine has called for Russian President Vladimir Putin to meet him and try to find a resolution to the crisis there. This comes as Ukraine faces a sharp spike in violence in and around the territory being held by Russian-backed rebels. There has been no immediate response from the Kremlin regarding Ukraine's request to meet, in new signs of fears that a war could start within the next coming days. Germany and Austria told their citizens to leave Ukraine.
And listen to this, an FDA official is suggesting a 4th dose of the COVID-19 vaccine might be needed closer to fall. The FDA is continually monitoring pandemic data to track emerging variants. Because fall is typically the timeline for flu shots, the same could be true for an additional COVID booster. Right now, a 4th shot is only recommended for immunocompromised people. The CDC reports half of Americans eligible to get the COVID booster have gotten one, and both the FDA and the CDC scientists will have to agree before a 4th vaccine dose is added for the general public.
And speaking of COVID-19 vaccines, Metro Health will be hosting a pop-up clinic tomorrow for anyone who needs to get a shot. It will be at Bob Hope Elementary School. That's on the city's south side near Loop 410 and Poteet-Jourdanton Freeway. It'll be from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. All 3 COVID-19 vaccines will be available for eligible adults and children. You can also get your flu shot if you like as well.
In other news, the 2022 Winter Olympics wrap up today, and right now Norway leads the medal count with 16 gold medals.
So the U.S. has 8 gold medals. And ranked in 3rd for overall medals, ABC's Mona Kozar-Abdi has the latest.
Disappointment for Team USA in the final night of the Olympics. Michaela Schifrin, River Radames, Paula Moltzan, and Tommy Ford finishing in 4th in the wind-delayed mixed team alpine event. The result leaves Schifrin without a medal at the Beijing Olympics, but she is still one of the most decorated alpine skiers in history. Jessie Diggins winning silver in cross-country skiing for Team USA. She's the first woman to win a distance medal in the sport for the U.S. This is her 3rd Olympic medal overall. On the ice, Great Britain is taking home gold in the women's curling, beating Japan in a record-setting 10-3 victory. Alana Myers-Taylor adding to her medal count this Olympics. She and her teammate Sylvia Hoffman earning a bronze medal in the 2-woman bobsled. Myers-Taylor also won silver in the inaugural monobob. She is now a 5-time Olympic medalist, the most decorated black athlete at the Winter Games. She will also be the flag bearer for Team USA at the closing ceremony. But while Myers-Taylor will have her medals to take home, some Americans will not. The Court of Arbitration for Sports rejecting an appeal by the figure skaters who earned silver in the team competition. It's because of the doping case involving Russian figure skater Kamila Valieva, who competed in the same event and helped her team, the Russian Olympic Committee, win gold. The IOC has previously decided to withhold the medals until her situation is resolved. And here's an interesting statistic. According to ESPN, the U.S. women will head home from the Beijing Olympics with more medals than the men. Statistics also show it's been 12 years since the men have won more medals than their counterparts. The games come to a close on Sunday. Mona Kozar-Abdi, ABC News, New York.
All right, go Team USA at 6:36 and 43 degrees.
It's still ahead on GMSA. A woman finally gets to meet her baby after coming out of COVID-induced coma. How she's given the nurses who have helped her new hope during this pandemic.
Plus, how much time is too much time for your children to be on their devices? We're talking screen time recommendations. That's coming up after the break.
Taking a look outside with live cam, all conditions normal, 43 degrees. It's just going to be a beautiful day, San Antonio.
All right, we're going to take a quick look at Loop 410 at Marbach. You can see there are some lane closures at this time for some bridge work. This looks like it's a construction related closure, not a crash. We'll keep an eye on that throughout the morning. Advocates and family members of child abuse victims are calling for changes for reporting and investigating those crimes. Pictures of alleged children abuse victims displayed before a crowd gathered at Westwood Village Park on the city's west side. The great aunts of James Chidas and Mercedes Lozoya, each sharing their stories. Both say they reported the abuse of the children to Child Protective Services and to San Antonio Police. Unfortunately, both children died.
We feel like we're trying, whether we call the police department or we call CPS, and it feels like we're not being heard.
I feel like they could have saved Mercedes' life just like they could have saved other kids' lives.
So if you see or suspect child abuse is happening, you can reach the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services by calling that number on your screen right now, 1-800-252-5400.
And switching gears, screen time and kids. It's a hot topic, and studies show children under age 8 spend an average of more than 2 hours a day using phones or tablets. And 42% of kids 8 and under have their own device. RJ Marquez reports on when parents should expose their kids to screens.
I really think probably an ideal time would be sometime after 3.
Probably 6 is like the best age.
I don't know. I mean, we live in a virtual world. It's how young people communicate nowadays.
One recent study found kids between ages 3 and 5 who were exposed to more screen time had poorer expressive language and did worse on tests of language and processing speed. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends that kids under 2 have no screen time, and those between ages 2 and 5 just 1 hour per day. If you do decide to let your child have a screen device, load it with educational apps and programs. For young toddlers, photos of family members or interactive picture books can be helpful tools. Hold your child as they look at the screen and have them describe what they're seeing. And turn off all screens during family meals and outings and implement a no screen rule 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime.
Also, you can check out parental controls to limit time. There are several apps you can get to help you monitor usage. The bottom line, make sure your kids realize it's better to do things than to watch them. RJ Marquez, KSAT 12 News.
All right, Sarah, it is 43 degrees. It isn't as chilly a start of the day as it was yesterday, but I did spend some time outside. It was pretty. It
was really good out.
Patio.
Yesterday was gorgeous. It was beautiful. Yeah. We got up to 65 degrees, and we're going to be about 5 degrees warmer than that today. But one big thing you'll notice, we'll take a look right outside right now. The clouds. The clouds are back. Look at that sunrise. We've got those mid-level clouds, stratus clouds up there, and then a few peaks of the first light of the day. We're seeing that sunrise. It's going to be a beautiful sunrise. By the way, if you get a picture of the sunrise, we'd love to see it. Send it on our KSAT Connect feature on our weather app. It's called Pins at the bottom of our weather app. You can post a picture and we'll try to show it on air. 42 degrees outside right now, mostly cloudy as you can see, and it is chilly. Even though it's warmer than how we started off the day yesterday, there's still a chill in the air. And in fact, up in Kerrville right now, it's just barely above freezing, 33 degrees, 37 at Bernie Stage, 40 in New Braunfels, 43 in Castroville. You can see the clouds out there right now, those mid-level clouds moving on in, 50 in Del Rio, 49 in Cotulla, 45 in Gonzales, and 46 in Victoria. But in spite of the fact that we are going to have a little bit more cloud cover out there today, we're still going to warm up nicely. Here's a look at this afternoon's high temperatures. Really, the cool spot on the map will be the hill country, but even cool is comfortable. 68 for the high in Kerrville, 66 in Rock Springs. Around San Antonio in that I-35 corridor, we're going to be close to 70 degrees. The further east you go, close to 70 as well. And then the warm spot on the map this afternoon will be areas south and west of San Antonio, where Carrizo Springs could see 75, Del Rio 75, Cotulla and Laredo 77 for the forecast high. So just to reiterate, today is going to be a little cloudier than yesterday and a little bit more more breezy, but still fairly nice outside. By noon, we'll be at 63, and in the afternoon, 70 degrees for the high. Even when the sun sets, we're not going to see temperatures drop off all that much. That's going to be a big difference from the last couple of days. In fact, temperatures should be near 60 degrees by midnight, which is really only a light sweater weather situation. And notice that by midnight, we do start to introduce a chance for some drizzle. And winds will be from the south today at 10 to 15, gusting up to 20. Those south winds are what's going to increase our humidity, and it will be very noticeable by tomorrow. But let's talk about our weather pattern. Satellite radar across the state of Texas, you can clearly see those clouds streaming in from the south and from the west. That's from the Pacific Ocean. We're getting some Pacific moisture in. So clouds will be moving toward the northeast today, but humidity is going to be increasing because of this high pressure system to our east. So Gulf moisture bringing in those southerly winds for us. And so even though right now outside it's nice and dry, dew points are in the 30s, it's very dry air. Watch what's going to happen today. Humidity is going to quickly increase. Dew points will be up some 30 degrees, close to 60 by tomorrow morning. That's going to be muggy, and that means we're going to have to deal with a gray and damp morning commute tomorrow. Here's a look at the futurecast. Monday morning, we'll be near 60 degrees, and we'll have areas of fog and drizzle. So give yourself an extra 10 minutes to get to where you need to go tomorrow morning. But in spite of the gray start, we're going to warm up very quickly. By Monday afternoon, we're going to be at 82. Temperatures will be some 10 degrees warmer than today. Warm and muggy for us during the day, but not for long because a cold front will be moving through by Wednesday. Until then, though, Tuesday is also going to be warmer. High temperatures are going to be close to 85, even some 90s across the Winter Garden region to the southwest of San Antonio. But that cold front will knock our temperatures from the 80s into the 40s by Wednesday afternoon, bringing with it a small chance for rain for the remainder of the week. We're really only talking isolated showers here and there Wednesday through Saturday, but it is going to be a bit of a nuisance. The weather itself is just not going to be beautiful after Tuesday. We're really going to be gray and at times lightly damp and chilly and breezy. It's going to feel an awful lot like winter by the second half of the week here. So enjoy the sunshine while you can. Enjoy the warmer temperatures today, tomorrow, and Tuesday. Jonathan, Sarah?
85. Wow.
A tease of summer before we get into that cold front.
Right?
Exactly.
Right. All right. Thank you, Sarah.
Well, the time and temperature is 6:47, 43 degrees. And coming up next, if you've recently bought some items from Family Dollar, you may want to check to see if they're being recalled. What that change says could be harmful to some customers after the break.
Family Dollar is voluntarily recalling some items because of a rodent problem. The items include medications, human and animal food, cosmetics, medical devices, and dietary supplements. The discount chain says there is evidence of rodents at its distribution center in Arkansas. Family Dollar shipped the now recalled products to over 400 stores in the South and Southeast last month. So far, no human or animal illnesses have been reported. Rodent and rodent activity could pose a salmonella risk that could lead to severe sickness or even death. The company is notifying impacted stores, and customers can return the items for a refund.
If you're planning a summer vacation on American Airlines, you may want to stick to domestic flights. The airline is cutting its schedule again because Boeing is behind on its Dreamliner deliveries. So far, the routes impacted include Seattle to London, Los Angeles to Sydney, and Dallas to Tel Aviv. Airlines have been hoping for a rebound as travel restrictions loosen around the world. Boeing has been addressing a series of manufacturing flaws. Earlier this week, the FAA said its inspectors would check each Dreamliner before delivery instead of letting Boeing perform the inspections like it did in the past.
The pandemic has created enormous tragedy, but there are also some stories of hope. In New Hampshire, a woman who went into a COVID-induced coma after giving birth has made a miraculous recovery. As Jennifer Crompton reports, she's given her nurses new inspiration.
Do you ready to go meet your mamas? Huh? Do you ready to go meet your mamas?
On February 2nd, more than 2 months after giving birth, Mackenzie Keller met her son Zach for the first time. Dartmouth Hitchcock Medical Center capturing the emotional moment in their ICU.
It's a new experience, but I'm excited to become a mom.
In late November, Mackenzie tested positive for COVID. On the 28th, she delivered Zach via emergency C-section at CMC. He was healthy. She was sent to Dartmouth-Hitchcock in a medically induced coma.
We started her on what's called ECMO, which is using a device to pump oxygenated blood through her system. There were some times where we were wondering how or if she would be able to recover.
I actually don't remember anything other than leaving my house and then waking up 2 months later.
She's now in a rehabilitation center.
So I was going to get vaccinated after I gave birth, but then everything happened, so now I'm definitely getting vaccinated.
I can't imagine my life without her. And I can't imagine any parent having to go through what we went through.
I don't want anybody to go through what I went through.
So grateful to the medical staff.
The day she got to meet Zach, there was it felt like 100 people right there in the waiting room just crying and so happy to be able to see the two of them get to see each other.
It's a real special one for us and one that really makes it easier to come into work the next day.
And that was Jennifer Crompton reporting. Zach is now almost 3 months old, and next week his mom is headed home.
Definitely good news. Glad she's going home, and the baby is just gorgeous.
Such a great story.
Well, time is 6:54, temperature 43 degrees this morning.
All right, just one more week left of the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. The grounds gates open at 8 a.m. every day. The carnival opens at 10 a.m. on the weekends and 4 p.m. during the week. And still left on the entertainment lineup, Little Big Town, 3 Doors Down. That's Katie Blake's favorite. Kevin Fowler and Brett Young, just to name a few. You can find more information on KSAT.com. We'll be right back after this.
Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, tensions involving the Russia-Ukraine crisis reaching a new level. President Biden calling a meeting with his National Security Council later today. The U.S. warning Putin has made the decision to attack any day now as Ukraine's president seeks a diplomatic solution. We have team coverage across the region. Plus, 2 helicopter crashes within hours on opposite sides of the country. One off of Miami Beach caught on camera, happening in front of dozens of onlookers. Another in California, leaving 1 officer dead. What we're learning about those on board. And we're live from the Galapagos Islands this morning in a new edition of Extraordinary Earth, where we take you to some of the most remarkable and treasured places on the planet. It's all ahead here on GMA.
In the news you need to know before you go, one man is injured, another is dead after they try to help a woman being harassed by another man. Police say just after 2 o'clock this morning, a woman was leaving a bar near North St. Mary Street when she was approached by a man making advances towards her. When she refused, the man got upset and pulled out a gun. 2 other men jumped in to help her and during the struggle got shot. Officers were able to arrest the suspect.
And a baby taken during a vehicle theft has been found safe. Last night, San Antonio police issued an Amber Alert for 7-month-old Kaybella Robinson after the car she was in was stolen on the south side around 8 p.m. Overnight, police reported that baby girl was found and safe.
Chilly out there this morning, but warmer than yesterday's start. We're at 43 at the airport and still above freezing over in Kerrville and in Comfort. So temperatures will only go up from here. We'll be looking at 70 degrees this afternoon, a little bit more cloud cover out there than yesterday. And you'll notice the breeze from the south at 10 to 15, gusting up to 20 miles per hour. That'll bring in some Gulf moisture. So we'll start off both Monday and Tuesday with some morning fog and drizzle in the 80s Monday and Tuesday, and then a big temperature drop into the 40s and 50s for the remainder of the week and into the weekend. So a bit gray to end the week, so soak up the sun and the warmer temperatures now while you can.
Awesome. And Jonathan, before we go, at 8 a.m. you have a story coming up. That's
right. I had an opportunity to hang out with District 8 Council. They're doing an incredible homeless encampment cleanup. It's going to be good. We have more details.
See you guys at 8.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
2 men step in to help a woman in need, and tragically, 1 man dies. The condition of the other and what led to that fatal shooting, the details are next.
A baby taken when the car she was stolen in was found. The details of her abduction and where she was located.
And taking a look outside, the sun is finally starting to shine its rays upon the Alamo City. So pretty.
Beautiful. Good morning. It's 8 o'clock on Sunday, February 20th. I'm Sarah Costin. We have Jonathan Cotto joining us this morning.
That's right. So happy to be here joining the Sarahs. It's nice and warm in here compared to outside, so I'll take it any day.
Yes. I love watching your different layers. Jonathan is our fashionista when he's out in the field. He makes everything look so seamless and good out there.
Well, thank you. That is very nice of you to say. I just try to stay warm, really.
Well, good to have you,
Jonathan. I have a question for you.
Ask away.
Since we're getting to know you, where were you born?
I was actually born in Washington State.
Wow.
Seattle, of all places.
Wonderful.
Believe it or not.
And where'd you grow up?
I grew up between California and New Mexico. A little bit of both states
and
here
Jonathan
and there.
also is our local veteran, so thank you so much.
Yes, Jonathan. Thank you.
U.S. Navy.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, Jonathan. We've got great weather today in store for us. Now, we are seeing a few more clouds out there than what we saw yesterday. Let's take a look out there. You can see the sun peeking through the clouds, and it is a mostly cloudy start at the airport. That's where this current thermometer and temperature reading is. It's 44 degrees, so it's still chilly out there this morning, but we are seeing an improvement from yesterday when we started off in the 30s. Today, I'm calling it crowd-pleasing weather because even though there's going to be a bit more clouds and it's going to be a bit breezy, temperatures will be right in that Goldilocks zone. We're going to be looking at 63 at noon and 70 for the high temperature. Winds will be from the south at 10 to 15, gusting up to 20 miles per hour. That is going to bring in some moisture. The moisture won't really be noticeable until very late tonight and tomorrow morning. On Monday morning, we're going to have areas of fog and drizzle, and it's going to be warm for the start of this upcoming work week. 82 on Monday, 85 on Tuesday, but then you can see it right here. Big drop in temperatures, all because of a fairly potent cold front. That's going to make the latter half of the week, well, a little chilly and gray. And coming up, we'll talk about rain chances with this upcoming front and what you can expect. So I'll have a look at that forecast in a few minutes. Jonathan and Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. New this morning, trying to do a good deed leaves one man dead and the other in the hospital. Around 2 a.m., police say a woman was leaving a bar near North St. Mary's Street when she was approached by a man making advances towards her. When she refused, that man got upset and pulled out a gun. Two other men, Good Samaritans, jumped in to help. The men got into a struggle. The Good Samaritans got shot. One man was taken to BAMC and is expected to be okay. The second man died on the way to the hospital. The suspect is in police custody.
New this morning, a 7-month-old baby was the subject of an Amber Alert issued last night and has been found safe and sound. Police issued an announcement stating the child had been located. The baby was taken when the gold Chevy Malibu she was stolen in just after 8 o'clock Saturday evening on Southeast Military. According to police, the mother left her baby asleep in the back seat while she ran into the convenience store. That's when the suspect got into the car and drove off. Around 1 a.m., officers found the car with the baby still asleep in the back. Police detained 2 people for questioning, but so far no charges have been filed.
A man goes to a party on the west side and ends up shot in the leg after police say a woman pulled out a gun. This happened on North Calaveras near West Commerce around 4 o'clock this morning. Police say the victim and the woman were outside when some type of disturbance occurred. The man was shot in the leg. The woman police say was involved in the incident is being questioned. They say it's still unclear what led to the shooting. The victim was taken to the hospital in stable condition. Police are still investigating. In top stories this morning, a shooting suspect is still on the road following some type of disagreement. Authorities say that disagreement between family ended with gunfire. It happened at a home on Cato near Somerset and Palo Alto roads last night. When officers arrived, they found a 29-year-old man with 4 gunshots to his legs and groin area. He was taken to the hospital.
Another shooting yesterday afternoon, and police are calling it a case of road rage. This incident happened on I-35 near the Fine Silver Curve around 3 p.m. Police say someone opened fire in that area. They discovered a man had been shot. He was taken to University Hospital in critical condition. Now, what led up to that shooting is still unknown. The area experienced a big traffic backup as officers closed the Fine Silver Curve for a few hours while investigating.
A 37-year-old man is facing charges in connection to that huge grass fire that happened out in South Bexar County. Bexar County deputies have arrested 37-year-old Michael Oyevides. He is facing 2 arson charges. Last Thursday, investigators say a fire was started at a home on Sea Spray and quickly spread. The fire burned that home and other residences along with an RV. People in that area were forced to evacuate due to the threat of high winds, potentially spreading the fire even more. But firefighters were able to contain it and put the flames out.
Well, changes for reporting and investigating child abuse. That's what advocates and family members of victims are calling for. Pictures of alleged child abuse victims were displayed in front of a crowd at Westwood Village Park on the city's west side yesterday. In attendance, the great aunts of James Chidas and Mercedes Soya, each one sharing their stories, and both say they reported the abuse of the children to Child Protective Services and to SAPD. Unfortunately, both children died.
We feel like we're trying, whether we call the police department or we call CPS, and it feels like we're not being heard.
I feel like they could have saved Mercedes' life just like they could have saved other kids' lives.
So if you see or suspect child abuse happening, you can call the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. That number on your screen right now, 1-800-252-5400.
District 8 on the northwest side, along with the Department of Human Services and Solid Waste Management, taking on a massive homeless encampment cleanup. The cleanup effort taking place in and around drainage culverts near I-10 and De Zavala, an area District 8 Councilman Manny Pelay says has been very problematic. They have been heading out to different areas to alert people staying out in these encampments of the cleanup and offering them help and proper shelter.
We empty these culverts out of a lot of trash, and these are encampments. There's people who live inside of these. Today it's about 33 degrees and we're freezing cold, and what we're finding in there is some pretty disturbing stuff.
Some of that stuff includes hypodermic needles, shopping carts utilized for bonfires. They say that area is also a hotspot for panhandling and strongly urge the community to avoid giving any money and instead donate to organizations that are aimed to helping them. District 8 Councilman Pelay says the effort will be ongoing.
It's 8:07 and 45 degrees.
And we're taking a closer look at the research conducted by Texas Biomed that's located right here in San Antonio. It's a preview of KSAT Explains next.
And a historic park gets $1 million facelift just in time for the spring. After the break, see the improvements that have been made.
In a live look with City Cam, things are starting to warm up a little bit, 45 degrees. We'll be speaking with Sarah and see what that forecast is going to be looking like.
Well, this is a reminder, if you're planning to cast your vote during early voting, you have until this Friday to do so. If you don't know where you can vote, you just head to KSAT.com. We have a list of polling locations and I'm pointing out which locations are busier than others so you can avoid those lines. You can also see what's on the ballot before you go. Just log on and click on Vote 2022 section under the News tab. Early voting ends Friday. Remember, Election Day is March 1st.
And what was old is now new again. We're talking about the San Pedro Springs Park that is now open to the public. The city put on a festive celebration to mark the reopening and unveiling. San Pedro Springs Park is the second oldest in the country and spans more than 46 acres. The $1.8 million project has been in the works since 2017, and some of the new additions to the park include a completed walking trail, over 100 new trees, additional plants, and new irrigation systems. Organizers say it's just ready in time for summer vacation and families to enjoy the outdoors.
We've just recently completed our 2017 bond improvements here at the park. So we're super excited for people to come out and enjoy and discover this new improvements to the park.
San Antonio Parks and Recreation staff say this is the first of several beautification efforts across the city.
So I grew up playing tennis at McFarland Tennis Center, which is right next door to that park, and I spent a lot of time going to that park. It's a really awesome location. It's right beautiful. Across from Alamo Colleges.
That's right.
And people, I just feel like you don't really think about that park when it comes to trails and stuff. So what a beautiful addition for San Antonio.
Beautiful. The historic landmarks that are there just makes it extraordinary, and the pool, which I got to visit last summer. It's completely beautiful.
The pool is a lot of fun. Sarah,
Not cold for the pool
Yeah,
today,
not pool weather,
but it's going to be great park weather today too. So you will be able to enjoy some time outdoors today, in spite of the fact that you'll notice some clouds out there, and it really is going to be a great day outside. It's 44 degrees at the airport, so still chilly this morning. 43 in New Braunfels, 43 in Hondo, 35 in Kerrville, 44 in Uvalde, 43 in Rock Springs. We all remained above freezing this morning. And when you look at how we are compared to yesterday morning, temperatures are up some 10 degrees from the start of the day yesterday. That's an improvement. And the reason why we're seeing a little bit of a warmer start, of course it's still chilly, but a little bit of a warmer start, is because we have clouds out there acting as a blanket to keep in the warmth in the overnight hours. And it's all streaming in from the Pacific Ocean, Pacific moisture making its way across Mexico into San Antonio and South Central Texas. So when you look up at those clouds, you'll know that they're there because of that Pacific moisture streaming in. And as I mentioned, in spite of the clouds, it's going to be a really nice day. We're going to see peaks of sunshine throughout the day, and temperatures will warm up nicely. This is a look at this afternoon's forecast high temperatures. Up in the hill country, it'll be in the upper 60s, but around San Antonio, 70 degrees is a good bet this afternoon. And out west toward Del Rio, 75 in Eagle Pass. Down south toward Cotulla and Laredo, we're looking at the upper 70s for the high temperature. By the way, Cotulla and Laredo this week could see the 90s. So we'll talk about that warm up here in just a second. But know that today's going to be a great day in San Antonio, mostly cloudy all day long. By noon, we'll be at 63 and 70 degrees for the afternoon. It is going to be a bit breezy today. Winds will be from the south at 10 to 15, gusting up to 20 miles per hour. And those winds are what's going to be bringing in some Gulf of Mexico moisture. So looking at the dew point forecast, today's going to be comfortable with dew points in the 40s and in the 50s. That's a nice range for comfort. But then by tomorrow morning, dew points are going to be in the low 60s. Whenever we get a dew point temperature that's in the 60s, that's when you can feel the humidity outside and the mugginess in the air. And tomorrow morning, you're going to see it too in the form of some drizzle and some fog. So think about the morning commute tomorrow. If you need to give yourself another extra 10 minutes to get to where you're going because of that drizzle and fog, might be something worth considering. But then after that morning drizzle and fog, we're going to warm up quickly into the 80s. Tomorrow, 82 degrees for the forecast high, and Tuesday 85 degrees for the forecast high. Very warm, some 15 degrees warmer than how we'll be today, and some 17 degrees warmer than our average high this time of year. But as you can see, that warm air is not going to last forever. In fact, a relatively potent cold front is going to arrive on Wednesday morning, and that's going to keep our highs in the 40s and 50s for the remainder of the week. Unfortunately, we're not going to get any very healthy rainfall or precipitation from this front. But what it is going to do is it's going to keep rain chances in the forecast. Rain chances are going to be in the forecast through the weekend. And so although the chance for rain is not going to be great, it's going to be there. And so we could have some light rain showers throughout the second half of the week, especially on Thursday. And as I mentioned, it's unimportant rain, okay? It's not going to produce any healthy rainfall for us, maybe up to a 1/10 of an inch of rain in some spots, but more likely just a few hundredths of an inch of rainfall. So what a dichotomy in the forecast, right? We've got 80s Monday and Tuesday, and then 40s and 50s for the remainder of the week. So if you're somebody who likes the warmth, likes to spend time outdoors, today, tomorrow, and Tuesday are going to be the day to do it, especially in the afternoons, because winter is not going anywhere just yet. It's going to make an appearance the second half of this upcoming week.
A true roller coaster. Thank you so much, Sarah. All right, 75 years later, an all-women, all-black battalion that served overseas in World War II is on the last leg of a long journey to finally receive recognition for accomplishing something no other group was able to do at the time.
The 688th Central Postal Directory Battalion is credited with clearing a 2-year backlog of mail in just 3 months. ABC's Faith Abube explains.
You know about World War II, those who fought against Hitler and his Axis alliance.
Hey, we got a job. Let's get this done.
But you've probably never heard of a battalion of black women raising the morale of millions of servicemen overseas. It was just after D-Day in 1944. Allied troops were rapidly moving through Europe, and millions of pieces of undelivered mail for America's armed forces were piling up.
We helped each other. We worked with each other.
Retired Major Fanny Griffin McClendon of the Women's Army Corps, now 101 years old, was a supervisor in the 6888 Central Postal Directory Battalion, a group made up of all black women and credited with clearing a 2-year backlog of letters and packages from family members back home to their loved ones fighting on the front lines.
They prevailed where others failed. They were not the first.
Retired Colonel Edna Cummings, an advocate for this largely unrecognized group, says the 688, as they were called, comprised the only black members of the Women's Army Corps to deploy to Europe during World War II.
The Army thought it would take 6 months to clear the backlog just in Birmingham, England, but they reduced the backlog in 3 months.
Then returning home from the war with no fanfare.
It never occurred to me that anybody would be standing outside of Fort Dixon waving and say, hey, they're home, or whatever.
They never got a parade. They never got a salute.
Brenda Partridge Brown says she never knew her mother. Willie Bell Irvin Partridge was part of the battalion until a simple Google search nearly 20 years after her mother's death.
I can't explain to you what I felt that day. My heart almost stopped.
Only 6 of the original 855 were believed to still be alive, and now the battalion is close to getting the recognition many say is long overdue.
It's sad that my mom's not here and my husband's not here.
The Senate unanimously passing a bill for that unit to receive the Congressional Gold Medal, but it's awaiting action in the House.
It just means the world to me to know that my mother's service was not in vain.
It never occurred to me that we would even be considered for a medal of any kind.
Unsung and unlikely war heroes, now closer than ever to getting the recognition they deserve. Faith Abube, ABC News, Washington.
The faith they truly deserve. I've been deployed. I understand how important it is getting that mail. I salute them. Incredible work.
Yes, thank you, ladies.
Time is 8:20, 46 degrees.
Okay, the critical part primates play and new research discoveries that happen right here in San Antonio. This story after the break. We're going to take a look at our lotto numbers. Pick 3, 867, Fireball 5, Daily 4, 8869, Fireball 7.
Cash 5, 3, 13, 22, 32, and 33. Texas Lotto's 8, 14, 18, 19, 41, and 44.
Powerball 3, 10, 15, 33, 42, Powerball 11, Power Play 2.
There are nearly 1,000 baboons living on San Antonio's west side. That's just one of the animals involved in research on the campus of Texas Biomed.
Some cool stuff they're doing. The KSAT Explains team wanted to know more, so that's the new focus of this episode, which debuts this week. Here's Myra Artha with a preview.
It is hardly a typical South Texas scene, but San Antonio is home to thousands of primates, and they live here at the Southwest National Primate Research Center.
Almost all of the major breakthroughs in human health have come through animal testing and through primate testing.
Animals are a key part of scientific research, leading to the development of some life-saving medical treatments, including for COVID-19.
But before the human trials, you have to make sure something's safe.
But using animals in this way is often the subject of ethical debate and passionate criticism.
When we talk about animal research, it's for some a difficult topic.
Advancements in science being studied right now could provide alternatives.
People have been working extensively on these so-called organ-on-chip devices. We're creating parts of the organs.
In this episode of KSAT Explains, we're giving you a glimpse of the animal research done right here in the Alamo City and the role that played in creating the COVID-19 vaccine. Plus, we're also introducing you to the science that some hope could replace the need for animal testing in the future.
KSAT Explains animal research will debut in a live stream Tuesday night at 7. You can check it out on KSAT.com or the KSAT Facebook page. Then after that, the full episode will be available to stream on demand at KSAT.com/explains.
It's 8:26 and 47 degrees. An 11-year-old was shot and a neighbor steps in without a second thought. The relationship that has now formed between their families since that day.
But first, the latest in the standoff between the U.S. and Russia. That coming up in the next half hour of GMSA. Welcome back and good morning. I'm Jonathan Cotto.
I'm Sarah Costa. It's Sunday, February 20th. And February, I feel like it's that kind of weird time we're like itching for spring. But, you know, these cold temps, Sarah, just can't quit us at times. It's going to get, you said it's going to be a little roller coaster-y.
Ups and downs.
Up and down, up and down. Yeah, we're going to be in the 80s and in the 30s at some point this week. So, yeah, indeed, it is. Let's take a look outside, though. We do have some clouds mixed with sun right now, as you can see on our beautiful live cam shot there. And the cloud cover, mostly cloudy skies, is what you're going to notice is the biggest difference in today's forecast. 44 degrees outside right now. Dew point of 33. That's nice and comfortable, but dew points are currently rising, and by tomorrow morning, we're going to have areas of mist and drizzle out there. So today's forecast calls for really comfortable weather. It's chilly out there right now, but even by 10, we'll be in the mid-50s, and by noon, we'll be in the low 60s. So if you have any maybe Sunday brunch plans or want to spend some time outdoors, today's going to be a great day to be outside, especially in the afternoon when we'll be near 70 degrees this afternoon. Notice, though, that tonight we're not going to cool down all that quickly. In fact, we'll still be in the 60s by 10 and midnight, and even a chance for some drizzle by midnight. That's because it's going to get more humid throughout the day, with those winds from the south at 10 to 15 gusting up to 20 miles per hour. But again, you won't really notice that until tomorrow morning. So what's up with the weather? What do you need to know? That quick warm up today will be pleasant, but we are going to see fog and drizzle by Monday morning, and then big temperature swings in the week ahead. I hinted at it earlier. We're going to be in the 80s and in the 30s at some point this week because of a relatively strong cold front. So coming up in the forecast, we'll talk about that cold front, and we'll talk about whether or not we'll see any rain this week in San Antonio. Jonathan, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. Well, this morning, a house fire south of downtown may have started after a mattress caught fire. Firefighters were called out just before 11 last night. This home on Regent in a neighborhood between South Flores and Provence. They were able to put out the fire out quickly. The homeowner and his two dogs got out safely. Firefighters say the fire started in the bedroom and it sustained heavy damage.
Right now, San Antonio police are searching for a man who robbed a quick stop on the city's west side. We're told around 11 p.m. a man dressed in all black with a face covering went inside the store and allegedly pulled a gun on the clerk. This was the corner of North Hamilton and West Poplar. The clerk gave him cash and the man took off. It just so happens police were also investigating another robbery that happened earlier on Fredericksburg Road, where the description of the suspect was similar to this one. And at last check, a 2-year-old is still in critical condition after police say she was shot. This shooting happened Friday night on Dublin Avenue near Pickwell Drive. The mother and her boyfriend were in the home at the time of the shooting. Now, police are still investigating how the child exactly got that gun and what led up to the shooting. They are still looking for the boyfriend who police say left the home shortly after that shooting took place.
And questions still remain this morning as to how an SUV ended up in the San Antonio River. The vehicle was just spotted north of downtown where the river goes under Highway 281 near the Bracken Ridge Park Golf Course. Using a crane, crews were able to take hoist of the SUV out of the water. Police say the vehicle was empty.
In your morning headlines, a helicopter crash in Newport Bay, California kills one police officer and critically injures another. The helicopter crashed into shallow water as officers were responding to a disturbance or fight call. The officers are members of the Huntington Beach Police Department. Nicholas Vea has been identified as the officer who was killed. He was a 14-year veteran. The National Transportation Safety Board is investigating what caused the crash.
This weekend marks 2 years since baby Evelyn Boswell was reported missing in Tennessee. The 1-year-old was last seen the day after Christmas in 2019, but her mother, Megan Boswell, didn't report the child's disappearance to police until February of 2020. The child's remains were found on a family member's property in March of 2020. Megan Boswell has been charged with felony murder and child abuse. Her trial date is set for September.
Well, 2 skydivers attempting to tandem jump are rushed to the hospital after their parachute failed to open. This happened here in Texas in Waller County yesterday afternoon. Sheriff's deputies say the 2 people were non-responsive, but they were breathing. A tandem jump is when 2 people are strapped together when they jump out of an airplane. No word on their conditions.
And Britain's Queen Elizabeth has tested positive for COVID-19, according to Buckingham Palace. The 95-year-old monarch is experiencing mild cold-like symptoms and is fully vaccinated. The palace says she is well enough to carry out light duties this coming week along with the rest. The Queen has tested positive days after her son Prince Charles tested positive on February 10th. And in your morning headlines, President Joe Biden will meet with National Security Council today to discuss the increasing tensions in Ukraine, which is surrounded by Russian military.
President Biden says the threat of invasion is very high and can happen any time now.
As ABC's Karina Mitchell reports, Russia has denied any plans to invade and reiterated its demands that the U.S. and NATO bar Ukraine from joining the military alliance.
As the situation over Ukraine continues to grow more tense, President Joe Biden is convening a meeting of the National Security Council today. During her trip to Germany, Vice President Harris met with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky, the U.S. National Security Team, and NATO allies to discuss a diplomatic solution. There, she issued this warning.
We are prepared to move forward with consequences. We have prepared together economic measures that will be swift, severe, and united. We will impose far-reaching financial sanctions and export controls.
Ukrainian President Zelensky calling for sanctions before an invasion and asking for a direct meeting with Putin. According to U.S. officials, more than 150,000 Russian troops are estimated to be near Ukraine's borders. Satellite images show Russian military activity building up in Belarus, Crimea, and western Russia. ABC's James Longman on the ground in Belarus.
This is the massive display of military might that Moscow is keen for the world to see. All this is happening very close to Ukraine.
The Kremlin's troops were expected to head home after the military exercises, but a Belarus defense official tells ABC News they might not, worsening fears they could be used to invade Ukraine. Ukraine's military is also blaming Russian-backed separatists for an artillery attack that killed 2 soldiers. But despite it all, Defense Secretary Austin says there can still be a diplomatic resolution to the crisis if Putin so chooses. Karina Mitchell, ABC News, New York.
And we have an update this morning on a young girl who was shot just a few weeks ago. She and her family grateful to their neighbor for being in the right place, the right time.
The 11-year-old was accidentally shot in an apartment complex last month. Our John Paul Barajas tells us how that neighbor jumped into action before first responders were even called.
Cries for help and panic echoed through the Canlan West apartment complex on what started as a quiet Sunday morning back on January 30th. An 11-year-old girl and an 8-year-old boy found a stashed gun while playing. The 11-year-old was accidentally shot in the shoulder.
I ran down the steps, came right. I said, I'm a registered nurse, I'm certified, I can help you.
A neighbor, Tiffany Moore, tells us a flip switched in her head. She went from relaxing at home to life-saving mode.
I took a shirt off. I took my shirt off to stop the bleeding. And it was a through-and-through shot, which is gracefully God, was protecting her.
The bullet had made a clean entry and exit, making the life-saving measures slightly easier. But the race was still on. As Moore applied pressure to the wound, the girl's mother called 911, and they took over from there. Now, 3 weeks later,
she's fully recovered.
Fully recovered?
Yep. No stitches, no wound packages, nothing. Everything was okay. The bleeding stopped before they even got to the hospital.
Prior to the shooting, Moore and the other family never spoke, and they just live a few doors down. Now they have a bond that can't be broken, and the amount of thanks can't be put into words. But the family still attempts.
Thank you for helping us. You helped save my daughter's life. We won't ever forget that, what you did. Thanking God for you. I said, are you happy now? She said, I'm blessed. And that's all that warms my heart.
John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
It's 8:39 and 48 degrees.
And the richest man in the world reportedly sharing his wealth to do good in the world, and how much Elon Musk is said to have donated to charity.
All right, California is close to being able to set its own emission standards again. Where they are in that process and what type of vehicles could be most impacted.
And taking a look at the Alamo City, things are starting to slowly warm up. 48 degrees. It's going to be a great day.
Russia and Ukraine on the brink of war. Is a full-scale invasion coming? What does it mean for the U.S.? Sunday, Martha Raddatz is right there on the ground in Ukraine and with a breaking new exclusive with the Secretary of Defense. What will Biden do next? Sunday on ABC's This Week.
Well, California could set its own stricter emission standards. The Biden administration is finalizing a waiver that would let the state just do that. The move is a reversal of the Trump administration's 2019 rollback of California's decades-old waiver that allowed it to set its own air pollution standards. Now, according to a state official, the waiver would not be used to implement stronger standards for cars and light trucks. Instead, the stronger standards would be applied to heavy-duty trucks. An EPA spokesman says the agency's final decision on the waiver is expected soon.
It's being reported that Elon Musk donated nearly $6 billion to charity in 2021. According to the Securities and Exchange Commission, the Tesla CEO made the donation in the form of Tesla shares. The gift was made in late November, but the recipients were not named. The donation makes Musk the second largest contributor in 2021 behind the former couple, Bill and Melinda Gates.
All right, it's 8:45 and 48 degrees. Sarah, I've been sneezing a lot and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I apologize. You look at me like, yeah.
It's okay.
What's in the air?
Has the pollen count come in for this Sunday?
The pollen count is yet to come in, but when it does, we'll post it on KSAT.com. Hopefully we'll get it in within the next 15 minutes or so, and then we'll be able to show it on air. But yesterday, actually, the allergens were okay, Sarah and Jonathan. We really only had 3 allergens out there. All of them were low. And outside right now, though, we are looking at fairly cloudy conditions. There are some peaks of sunshine there, so mostly cloudy skies. The cloud cover is going to be the biggest noticeable difference in the weather today, especially with winds from the south gusting up to 20 miles per hour. It'll still be a warm day in the afternoon. It's just going to be a little bit more cloudy than what we've seen over the last few days. 44 degrees outside right now. Look at the cloud cover, the satellite, and the temperatures right now. You can see the breaks in the clouds that are pushing to the north and to the east. So we're going to see breaks in this cloud cover today. 38 in Kerrville, 43 in Hondo, 50 already at Stinson, 43 in New Braunfels. A wider view here, it's 48 in Pleasanton, 50 in Del Rio, 48 in Carrizo Springs, and 50 in Cotulla. It's still going to be a very, very nice day. Again, we're going to be looking at temperatures climbing to near 70 degrees this afternoon, in the 60s up in the hill country and out west toward Del Rio, 75 degrees. 75 in Carrizo Springs and the upper 70s for Cotulla and Laredo. So the further on down south, 35 you go, the warmer it's going to be this afternoon. All in all, though, a very nice day. So let's break it down for you. By 10, we'll already be at 56, and by noon, 63. 70 degrees for the high, mostly cloudy skies all day long. Notice, though, that once the sun sets, we're not going to see a quick drop in temperatures. In fact, temperatures only drop some 10 degrees or so before midnight. This is a sure sign that the humidity is going to be increasing. And you can see that by midnight, we're going to have a small chance for some drizzle. Winds will be from the south, gusting up to 20 miles per hour, bringing in that humidity. But let's take a look at the weather pattern right now. The reason for the extra clouds is we're seeing some Pacific moisture work its way in. And then to our east, we've got a high pressure system that's going to be guiding our winds from the south today, bringing in that Gulf of Mexico moisture. So let's take a look at the dew points. Dew points right now in the 30s, so it's dry outside. But look down near Corpus Christi. Dew points are some 20 degrees warmer. Dew points in the 50s. Watch what happens in the day today. We'll see that humidity quickly rise so that by tomorrow morning, dew points will be near 60 degrees. That is muggy. That's toward the top of the scale. You're going to feel the mugginess tomorrow. And we are going to have areas of drizzle and some fog early tomorrow morning, too. A chance for a stray shower is possible, about a 10 to 20% chance, but really the drizzle is going to be the most noticeable thing in the morning. Then in the afternoon, we should have a decent amount of sunshine, and so that's going to allow us to warm up into the low 80s tomorrow. very warm, much warmer than today by some 10 to 15 degrees. But it won't stay warm forever because we are going to get a relatively potent cold front that's going to move through on Wednesday. Until then, though, Tuesday is also going to be a warm day near 85, and even some areas to the southwest of San Antonio could see the 90s. So February, a month where we can get the cold and where we can get the warmth. And we'll get the cold on Wednesday as temperatures fall from the 80s into the 40s by Wednesday afternoon. And it's going to stay fairly cool through the end of the week and into the weekend. Rain, though, is going to be very hard to come by in any kind of beneficial form. We are going to have some light rain showers in the forecast Wednesday through Saturday, but it's only going to amount to about 1/10 of an inch of rain in spots, so not much at all over the span of several days. But there is a chance for that light rain every day. So more of a nuisance-y forecast toward the end of the week, where we're going to get just kind of gray and chilly weather for the second half of this upcoming week. It's the tale of two seasons: spring Monday and Tuesday, and then winter Wednesday through the weekend.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. Well, tonight is the NBA's All-Star Game. Team LeBron will take on Team Durant at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse in Cleveland. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock, and the Spurs do have representative this year. DeJounte Murray is enjoying his first All-Star experience as part of the Team Durant. The Spurs have been off for a few days because of All-Star Weekend. You can look for them back on the court this Friday. They'll take on the Wizards.
Go Spurs go, and you can count on the sports guys covering this game and much more tonight on Instant Replay. Make sure to tune in at 11 p.m. That's right after the Night Beat.
And it's 8:50 a.m., 48 degrees outside.
Okay, eating disorders come in many different forms and can be hidden from family members and friends for years. The subtle signs to watch out for that can mean your teen is struggling. That's tomorrow on GMSA.
A man is dead and another is in the hospital after police find both men and came to aid of a woman. Police say a woman was leaving a bar near North St. Mary's Street when she was approached by a man making advances towards her. After refusing him, police say that man pulled out a gun. The two Good Samaritans jumped in to help and they got into a struggle. The Good Samaritans were shot. One man was taken to BAMC and is expected to be okay. The second man died on the way to the hospital. The suspect was arrested.
A baby that was a subject of an Amber Alert last night has been found and safe. She was taken after the car she was in was stolen. According to police, the mother left the child sleeping in the back seat while she ran into a convenience store. That's when the suspect jumped into the car and drove off. Officers say they found the car with the baby still asleep around 1 o'clock in the morning. Police are questioning two people involved.
49 degrees outside right now, mostly cloudy skies, a few peaks of sunshine. That's going to be the norm today, but we are going to warm up. By 10, we'll be at 56, 63 at noon, 70 for the high temperature. South winds gusting up to 20 miles per hour, bringing in some Gulf of Mexico moisture. You'll notice that moisture early tomorrow morning in the form of fog and drizzle. Then warm Monday and Tuesday, but a potent cold front. It's going to be dropping our temperatures. That's going to be the biggest story this week. Please continue to check in with us as we refine that forecast, as we get those numbers going so you know how to dress, because it's going to be short sleeves weather on Monday and Tuesday, and then big old coats for the remainder of the week.
Those 2 days, Monday, Tuesday, great weather to head out to the rodeo, which is still happening. Early voting is still going on.
Lots of
things. Bundle up.
The tale of two seasons.
Yes, tale of two seasons, spring and winter. That's what we got.
Well,
thank you, Sarah. Jonathan, it was so good to have you on.
Thank you. I really appreciate being here. Thank you for having me.
I'm glad our viewers are finally get to know you a little more, Jonathan.
Thank you, San Antonio.
You have a good Sunday.
Sunday fun day.